Welcome back to the TAFL Network pre-game show. We are narrowing in on kickoff for a massive round one playoff clash as the Dublin Shamrocks travel to face the Kyiv Hornets at the Hive.
The atmosphere in Kyiv is going to be electric. You know, Stinger, the Hornets mascot, will have those mechanical wings going while that deep buzzing sound pumps through the speakers to rattle the Dublin offense. But don't sleep on the Shamrocks fans. They've brought the energy all season, likely inspired by Finn McCrock drumming along to "I'm Shipping Up to Boston."
Beyond the mascots, the real story today is the Chapman brothers. Stephen Chapman, the Kyiv running back, and his brother Brooklyn, who signed with Dublin mid-season, grew up in England obsessed with a game that barely existed there. Now they are facing off in the first ever TAFL postseason. Stephen has been a steady force for the Hornets, while Brooklyn made an immediate impact for Dublin, winning Offensive Player of the Game in his debut with 139 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns.
It's a literal backyard bowl on the biggest stage. But let's look at the men under center. Dublin's Samuel Boone comes in with a slight statistical edge, carrying a 71.1 average QB rating compared to Nathan Romero's 63.4 for Kyiv. Boone has shown he can win tight games, like that Week 3 upset over Stuttgart, but he's going up against a Kyiv defense that features absolute ball hawks.
You aren't kidding. Kyiv's secondary is dangerous. Gustavo Mobley was the league-wide Defensive Player of the Week in Week 6 after a dominant 3-interception performance. And we can't forget Gianni Jensen, the hard-hitting strong safety who racked up 10 tackles and a pick earlier this year. If Romero can just manage the game and avoid the big mistake, that defense might carry them through.
Kyiv definitely has the expert backing, sitting at number 3 in the final expert power rankings, while Dublin was left outside the top 5. However, the Shamrocks have that culture of grit. They've survived locker room tensions and tough divisional losses to get here.
The stakes couldn't be higher. The winner of this game advances to round 2 for a date with the Stuttgart Stallions. Will the Hornets protect their home turf at the Hive, or will the Shamrocks pull off the road upset? We're about to find out.
I'm sticking with the home team. The buzz is just too loud today. Let's head down to the field for kickoff.
We've got blue skies and sunshine here today, folks. This is Andy McNamara, and welcome to the Axis Football League. Our game today features 2 evenly matched teams. Any small mistake could be the difference in the final score. In a matchup this close, the home crowd might be enough to push the balance away from the visiting team. We'll know the answer soon enough. He rockets this one deep. This drive will begin from the 25-yard line. The receiver goes into motion. Boone drops back into the pocket. Tosses it off to the right side of the field. And he's stopped around the 40-yard line. Gain of 15. 1st and 10. Boone drops back into the pocket. He tosses it off to the left side of the field. And the pass misses the mark. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. The receiver goes into motion. Boone surveys the field. He tosses one. Completes that long pass. He's tackled. A huge pickup there by the offense. 4th play of the drive. Steps into the pocket. He's not going anywhere. Ryan's got him for the sack. They'll lose 8 on the play. Operating from under center. He drops back. Boone makes the throw. The pass is knocked down. Incomplete. 3rd down. Motion right. Boone surveys the field. He's throwing it deep. Single coverage for the receiver. There's a penalty flag on the field, and he's blocked to the turf. We'll see if things still stand after the penalty. They're going to get the offense for holding on that play. They'll accept the penalty. A lone back for the offense. Boone drops back into the pocket. Interception. And he is tackled. The offense looks to get things going here on first down. Drops back. The QB tucks it and scrambles. And he'll take a slide here. A huge gain by the offense. 1st and 10. QB back to pass. Makes the throw near the 35-yard line. Boom! Cannon with the tackle. That will be good for about 1. 2nd down. 3 yards to go. Steps into the pocket. Throws the ball. And the ball is batted down. Fourth play of the drive. The handoff is taken by Chapman, and the defense brings him down. Tackle by Bush. They'll lose 1 on the play. It looks like there was an injury on that last play. We'll have to see if he returns. The offense lines up to punt. Go! Curtis will boot it here. The punt sails into the end zone and will be brought out to the 20. They'll start things off from the 20. Dropping back. Boone makes the throw. Tipped away and incomplete. Double tight ends for the offense. Motion for the offense. Boone hands it off. Ball wrestles him to the ground. That's good for a gain of 4. 3rd down. 15 yards to go. Boone with the handoff. Benson brings him to the ground. That will be good for about 6. 1st down and 10 to go. Boone surveys the field. Throws one. It's caught. And he's tackled here. Gain of 6 on the play. 2nd down. 13 yards to go. There's a flag on the play. Ooh, somebody jumped. That's going to be a false start. They will accept the penalty. Second down for the offense. 3 yards to go. Uncorks this one. He safely steps out of bounds. A huge gain by the offense. 1st down and 10 to go. Boone hands it off. And he's stopped around the 40-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play. 2nd down. Boone makes the throw. And the ball is batted down. Drops back into the pocket. Wrapped up, brought down. Jensen on the tackle. That will go for about 5 yards. 1st and 10. Boone drops back into the pocket. Finds a target. Deflected by the defender and incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the offense. Boone surveys the field. He makes the deep throw. Single coverage downfield. And the ball is batted down. Operating from under center. Dropping back. He sees a target over the middle of the field. Deflected by the defender and incomplete. The offense is going to try for 3 here. It's up. And the kick is good. Drawing first blood today with that score. The offense lines up to kick it off. And French with the kick. He'll field the kickoff. And he steps out of bounds. The offense looks to get things going here on first down. Hand off to the left side. And he will be brought down by Wells. That will go for about 8 yards. That will do it for the first quarter.
1 quarter down at the Hive, and it's a defensive battle so far. The Dublin Shamrocks lead the Kyiv Hornets 3-0. Dublin came out aggressive, highlighted by a 36-yard pass from Samuel Boone to Denver Farrell, but Gustavo Mobley's interception at the Kyiv 23 shut that drive down. Kyiv has struggled to get going offensively, managing only a 17-yard scramble by Nathan Romero before punting early. Dublin finally broke through on their second drive, as Boone connected with Samuel Roberts for 22 yards, setting up Jay French's 52-yard field goal for the game's only points. Heading into the second quarter, Dublin is moving the ball but hurting themselves with penalties, while Kyiv needs to find some offensive rhythm fast.
A close matchup so far today. Second down. 2 yards to go. Hand off to Chapman. And that's as far as he'll make it. There's a flag on the play. Let's see how the penalty affects that play. Oh, his hands closed on the face mask. That's going to be a penalty. They'll accept the penalty. Third play of the drive. Drops back into the pocket. He makes the throw, and it's caught for a touchdown. The kicking team sets up for the extra point. The kick is up, and it sails through. They'll take the lead with that score. Here comes the kicking team. The kicker sends this one deep into the end zone. First down and 10 to go.
Hike!
Boone hands it off. He'll be brought down by the defense. Tackled by Lucas. They'll lose 1 on the play. The offense comes in on second down. 11 yards to go. Boone surveys the field. Finds a target. Tipped away and incomplete. Third down. He tosses a floater. Penalty marker on the field. Incomplete pass. Let's see how the penalty affects that play. They're going to get the receiver for pass interference here, and they'll choose to decline the penalty. The punt team lines up to kick this one away.
Hike!
The punt's away. The punt is caught. And he's brought down after taking the kick up near the 40-yard line. The offense looks to get things going here on first down. Player in motion. He steps back to pass. Tosses one short, and the pass is incomplete. Second and 10. Drops back to pass. And he's going to be pulled down by Bush for the sack. They'll lose 8 on the play. Third down. He drops back to pass, makes the throw at the sideline. It is complete, and he is tackled. A nice pickup there by the offense. First down and 10 to go. The handoff is taken by Chapman, and the defense brings him down. Tackle by Bush. That will be a loss of 2. 3 linemen and 4 linebackers for the defense. Off tackle run to the outside. Boom! Cannon with the tackle. That will bring up 3rd down. 6th play of the drive. The handoff is taken by Chapman. Boom! Cannon with the tackle. Gain of 1 on the play. The punt team lines up to kick this one away. And Curtis kicks this one away. And the punt will land out of bounds. Let's see what the offense has dialed up for the first play of this drive. Boone surveys the field. He sees a target over the middle, and the ball is batted down. Second down and 10 to go. Boone with the handoff. That score adds to their lead. Lining up for the kickoff. French boots it away. The kickoff is fielded. He's put to the turf. Let's see what the offense has dialed up for the first play of this drive. They'll send a player in motion. He makes the toss off to the left side. He'll be tackled near the 45. Gain of 3 on the play. The defense sets up in a nickel set. Player in motion to the left. He drops back to pass. He sees a target over the middle of the field, catches that deep throw, and he's tackled right away. Gain of 19. The offense comes in with 2 receivers. He steps back to pass. He tosses one. And he'll be forced out of bounds. Short gain of 2. Second down for the offense. 2 yards to go. He pulls it back and makes the quick throw. Pass complete. Touchdown! The offense sets up for the point after. There's a flag on the play. It looks like the offense jumped a bit early there. And they'll choose to decline the penalty. They're setting up for the extra point. Go! The kick is up. And it's good. That score widens their lead a bit. The kicking team set up to boot it away. He kicks it deep. They will look to get this drive going here from the 25. Go! The handoff is taken by Chapman. Wrapped up, brought down. Jensen on the tackle. Gain of 13. First and 10. First and 10 for the offense. He drops back. Boone makes the throw. Deflected by the defender and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Boone surveys the field. Incomplete pass. Fourth play of the drive. Boone hands it off. Brought down by Wines. Good enough for a first down. 1st and 10. Boone drops back into the pocket. And it's knocked away from the receiver. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10 to go. He makes the throw over to the right side of the field. And he's hit right away and taken down. That will be good for about 1. And the defense will call timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining. 3rd down. 3 yards to go. Boone surveys the field. He pulls it in, and he's immediately brought down. That will go for about 8 yards. The offense comes in with 3 receivers. Boone surveys the field, and it's knocked away from the receiver. Incomplete. And the 4th down conversion comes up short. The offense looks to get things going here on 1st down. He drops back into the pocket. And it's picked off by the defense. And he is tackled. The offense looks to get things going here on 1st down. He drops back into the pocket. He pulls it in. Brought down by Wines. Gain of 20 on the play. 1st and 10 for the offense. There's a penalty flag on the field. And the receiver just can't bring it in. We'll see if the penalty affects the outcome. Holding is going to be the call. The referee caught him. They'll accept the penalty. 1st down and 10 to go. Boone surveys the field. Oh, and he crosses the goal line for a touchdown. The kicking team lines up for the PAT. Go! Here's the kick. And the extra point is good. That score will close the gap a bit. Lining up for the kickoff. French boots it away. He fields the kickoff. And he's tackled. The offense looks to get things going here on 1st down. Go! Dropping back. He tosses a floater. Deflected by the defender and incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the offense. Go! He sets up and throws. It's caught. And he's stopped around the 40-yard line. Gain of 11. The offense will use a timeout here. They will have 1 remaining timeout. 1st and 10 for the offense. Go! He finds a target on the right side of the field. And the tackle is made. That's good for about 2. The offense will use a timeout here. That will be their 3rd and final timeout. 2nd down, 2 yards to go. He drops back the pass. The pass is intercepted. Ripped to the ground. The offense looks to get things going here on 1st down. Go! Tosses the ball. Deflected by the defender and incomplete. The defense comes in a 4-3 set. Boone surveys the field. The pass is knocked down. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. Boone hands it off. And he'll be brought down by Holland. That will be good for about 6. The offense calls a timeout. That will be their first of the half. The offense sets up to punt one away. He makes the punt. The punt goes into the end zone for a touchback. Setting up shop from the 20. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Arnold wheels it in. That's the end of that play. Gain of 13. First down and 10 to go. QB back to pass. Makes the throw over to the left side. Catches that deep throw. Tackle made by Rodgers. They'll pick up a chunk of yards on that play. That will wrap things up for the second quarter.
Welcome back to the TAFL halftime report. A wild second quarter at the Hive has the Kyiv Hornets leading the Dublin Shamrocks 16-10. Kyiv found its rhythm behind Nathan Romero, who threw a 4-yard touchdown to Stephen Chapman, then benefited from a huge special teams play that led to a safety by Gilberto Lucas. Romero kept it rolling with a 34-yard touchdown to Roger Young, who's been the standout with 95 receiving yards. Dublin answered late, as Samuel Boone connected with Denver Farrell for a 19-yard touchdown, and Stefan Rogers added an interception just before halftime to keep it close. Kyiv has the momentum, but with Dublin getting the ball to start the second half, this one is far from over.
Here comes the kicking team. French boots it away. And down he goes. The offense looks to get things going here on first down. QB back to pass. A flag on the play. Looking short for a target over by the sideline. The pass is incomplete. We'll see if that holds up after the penalty. This is going to be defensive holding, and they'll take the penalty. A shotgun set for the offense. QB back to pass. Throws the ball. Incomplete pass. Second and 10 for the offense. He steps back to pass. Throws a pass. Deflected by the defender and incomplete. Two backs for the offense. The handoff is taken by Chapman, and he is brought down by Brown. A flag on the play. We'll see if the penalty affects the outcome. Oh, his hands closed on the face mask. That's going to be a penalty, and they'll accept the penalty. The defense lines up in a 3-4. The handoff is taken by Chapman. Boom! Cannon with the tackle. They'll lose one on the play. Second down, 11 yards to go. Tosses it over to the sideline. Banks with the catch. And he'll be pulled down immediately. Gain of 12 on the play. A dime set for the defense. He steps back to pass. Makes the throw. And the pass falls to the ground. Second and 10 for the offense. Motion for the offense. Steps into the pocket. Penalty flag on the field. Boom! Cannon with the tackle. We'll see if the penalty affects the outcome. They're going to flag the defense for holding here. They'll accept the penalty. Hands it off, and he will be brought down by Carr. That will be a loss of 2. 10th play of the drive. He drops back into the pocket. He's got a target here, the 25. A flag on the play, and it's knocked away from the receiver. Incomplete. We'll see if that holds up after the penalty. It looks like they're going to call defensive pass interference here, and they'll accept the penalty. First and 10 for the offense. QB back to pass. He makes the short throw, and he misses the target. second down and 10 to go. Hand off to Chapman, and he is brought down by Brown. Loss of 4. Third down. 8 yards to go. Flings one, and the receiver just can't bring it in. The offense is going to try for 3 here. Here's the kick. And it sails through. That score adds to their lead. Here comes the kicking team. He kicks it deep. This drive will begin from the 25-yard line. Boone drops back into the pocket. Throws the pass. The pass is caught. And he'll be pulled down immediately. Gain of 13. First down and 10 to go. Boone surveys the field. Makes the throw. Roberts on the reception. That's the end of that play. They'll pick up a chunk of yards on that play. First and 10. Boone with the hands. The ball comes out. And he's tackled here. Short gain on the play. Second down. Boone hands it up. Ball wrestles him to the ground. That will be a loss of 5. Third down. 12 yards to go. Boone surveys the field. Tipped away and incomplete. The punt team makes its way up the line. The punt's away. Let's see what the offense has dialed up for the first play of this drive. Hand off to Chapman. And he'll be brought down behind the goal line. That's a safety. They'll reclaim some lost ground with that score. The kicking team set up to boot it away. He kicks it away. He'll field the kickoff. And down he goes. First and 10. Boone hands it up. Holland wraps him up for the tackle. They'll lose 1 on the play. The offense comes in on second down. 11 yards to go.
Hike!
He tosses a floater. Chapman on the reception. He'll be tackled near the 45. That'll be good for a first down. The offense will operate from the gun.
Go!
Boone hands it off. And the defense brings him down. Give the tackle to Jensen. Gain of 12 on the play. First down and 10 to go. That brings us to the end of the third quarter.
We've got a one-score game entering the final quarter at the Hive, with the Kyiv Hornets leading the Dublin Shamrocks 19-12, but momentum is all Dublin. Kyiv opened the half with a long drive, helped by penalties, and capped it with a 46-yard field goal by Hugh Levy to go up 19-10. The turning point came on special teams, as Dublin pinned Kyiv at the 3, and Jonas Stevens recorded a safety, cutting the lead to 7 and swinging momentum. Now the Shamrocks are rolling, with Brooklyn Chapman breaking off a 12-yard run as Dublin drives into Kyiv territory. Can Kyiv hold on, or is a comeback coming? The final quarter is up next on TAFL NN.
A close matchup so far today. Expecting pass, the defense lines up with 6 defensive backs. Flag on the play. And he's stopped around the 40-yard line. We'll see if the penalty affects the outcome. The defense looks to have lined up offside. They'll accept the penalty. First down, 14 yards to go. Boone with the handoff. The defense is finally able to bring him down. Gain of 14 on the play. First and 10 for the offense.
Sit hut.
He makes the throw to the middle of the end zone. Deflected by the defender and incomplete. Second and 10 for the offense.
Go!
Flag on the play. He's wrestled down to the ground around the 15. We'll see if that holds up after the penalty. Looks like the defense was offside, and they'll take the penalty. The offense comes in on second down. 14 yards to go. Boone hands it off. Hampton with the tackle. That will be good for about 1. A shotgun set for the offense.
Go!
Back, finds a target, and the ball is batted down. The offense is set to try a field goal.
Hike!
And French with the kick. And it sails through. That will bridge the gap a bit. Lining up for the kickoff. The kick is off. He is picked up and brought down. Let's see what the offense has dialed up for the first play of this drive. He gives it away. And he will be taken down. Tackle by Hernandez. Gain of 5 on the play. Second down. 14 yards to go. And he's brought down in the backfield for a sack. Short loss on the play. The defense lines up for another third down. They've executed well so far here today. The handoff is taken by Chapman. He's going to be brought down up near the 25. Gain of 5 on the play. The punt team takes the field. And Curtis kicks this one away. He fields the punt. He is picked up and brought down. Let's see what the offense has dialed up for the first play of this drive.
Go!
Boone hands it off. Lucas with the tackle. Gain of 1 on the play. Second down. 3 yards to go. Hand off to the left side. Cullen wraps him up for the tackle. They'll lose 1 on the play. Third down and 10 to go. Boone drops back into the pocket. The pass is incomplete. The punt team lines up to kick this one away. Norman boots it away here. He'll field the punt. And the defender got him down. The offense looks to get things going here on first down. QB shows run, but pulls it back into pass. Brings it down, and he's immediately brought down. A nice pickup there by the offense. The offense comes in with 4 receivers. He makes the inside handoff, and he will be brought down by Carr. Short loss on the play. The defense sets up in a dime set. Pitch left to the runner. And Cannon makes the tackle. That'll bring up 3rd down. The defense lines up for another 3rd down. They've executed well so far here today. He makes the throw over. Interception! And the tackle is made. First and 10. Steps into the pocket. And it looks like he's just going to throw this one away. 2nd and 10. Drops back into the pocket. He tosses one up near the 50. And the ball is batted down. 3rd down and 10 to go. Boone tosses it up. Complete. He'll be tackled near the 45. That's good for 10 yards. The offense is going to try to convert it here on 4th and short. He drops back into the pocket. Interception. And down he goes. They'll come up short on 4th down, and the defense will take over. The offense looks to get things going here on 1st down. He makes the throw up near the 45. Deflected by the defender and incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the offense. Hand off to Chapman. And he'll be tackled near the line. That'll be good for about 2. And the defense will call timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining. 3rd down. 2 yards to go. They'll send a player in motion. Drops back into the pocket. And he is sacked by Brown. That will bring up 4th down. And the defense calls timeout. That will be their 2nd timeout. The offense sets up to punt one away.
Hike.
He punts it away. He'll field the punt. And he's tackled. First down and 10 to go. Boone surveys the field, tosses the ball, penalty marker on the field, inhaled that pass, and he's hit right away and taken down. We'll see if things still stand after the penalty. I think this one is going to go against the offense for pass interference. They will accept the penalty. 3 receivers for the offense. Boone surveys the field. It is complete, and he's immediately brought down. A nice pickup there by the offense. And the offense will call timeout here. That will be their last timeout. First down and 10 to go. Boone surveys the field. There's a penalty flag on the field, and he misses his target. We'll see if that holds up after the penalty. Don't see this very often. The offense called for pass interference, and they'll take the penalty. First down. QB back to pass. He makes the throw over to the right side. Tipped away and incomplete. 2nd down. Drops back into the pocket. He's got a receiver deep on the left side of the field. Tipped away and incomplete. The offense has not had much luck converting on 3rd downs today. Boone surveys the field. Tackle made by Ball. They'll pick up a chunk of yards on that play. Expecting pass, the defense lines up with 6 defensive backs. Deflected by the defender and incomplete. They are just unable to make it happen there. It'll be a turnover on downs. First and 10 for the offense. And they'll take a knee here to run down the clock. Second down. 12 yards to go. That will do it for us today. For our team here at Axis Football, I'm Andy McNamara. We'll see you soon.
What a battle at the Hive. The Kyiv Hornets are moving on, holding off the Dublin Shamrocks for a 19-15 win.
Dublin made it interesting late, with Jay French hitting a 35-yard field goal to cut it to 4, but Kyiv's defense kept stepping up in the biggest moments.
Credit the Dublin defense as well. They kept this game alive all the way through. Stefan Rogers had 2 interceptions, and Jonas Stevens' third-quarter safety gave the Shamrocks real momentum.
It was a rough day on the ground for Stephen Chapman, just -1 yard on 15 carries, though he did add a receiving touchdown. On the other side, Brooklyn Chapman led Dublin with 68 rushing yards and added some work in the passing game.
Through the air, Roger Young was electric for Kyiv with 112 yards and a touchdown, while Adam Brennan led Dublin with 115 yards on 8 catches, including some huge grabs late.
And that final drive had all the drama. Dublin got the ball back under 2 minutes after Rogers' second pick and pushed to the Kyiv 45, but on 4th and inches, the Hornets came up with the stop to seal it.
Quarterback play was shaky on both sides. Samuel Boone threw for 238 yards and 2 interceptions, while Nathan Romero had 165 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 picks, but Gianni Jensen's late interception helped slam the door.
Kyiv advances to face the Stuttgart Stallions, while Dublin's run ends in a tough 1-score loss.
The Hornets survive and advance. What a game.